I I just cannot believe this. This is so weird. It's you think you've seen most everything, but man, this is a first for me. Comic Connect always has the weirdest stuff, and this is just there's no words. I would love to say it's insane, but it's like, I don't know. Is it insane? Maybe I'm the insane one for thinking this is insane. I don't know. You tell me. So let's look at. Okay, here's an Action Comics #1, right? You got a recent sale of over here of 3.1 million. Okay, it's worth a lot. We know that. You got pages down here selling for 25,000 for the first page right here, 25,000 not too long ago. Another page, fifth page, is probably like a Superman page. Just the page, not even the wrap, just the page, selling for 23,000. All this kind of stuff, right? I don't know what a cover would go for if you just had the cover. It's hard to sell, but it's millions of dollars. We get it. It's expensive. But this is just so weird. Like, I'll just show it to you, and then you tell me what you think. Okay. Here we go. It is, can you see this? This is just an Action Comics #1, just the #1 from the front cover. Just the #1 from the front cover. Look at it. Look, it even has like little tiny sealed case inside the big plastic case where it's just like, I don't know how they made this little tiny you can see the lines right here, right above the 1 and below the 1 and on the sides of it. Like a little tiny sealed in wrap inside. It's just a #1 piece from the front cover, Action Comics #1. $7,000. 27 bids at $7,101. It's just, what's the back look like? Oh, it has a red dot on it. I mean, how can anyone verify this? It's a #1. Okay, it's blue. I feel like this could be faked so easily, especially when you're selling it for $7,100. It's just so insane to me, just for a little tiny piece, a little tiny, like, I don't know, to me it wouldn't seem that insane. Like, people can do amazing restoration on books where you don't even, it's really hard to tell that it's, even restored without looking at it closely. It's like, I would just think that someone could like easily fake this. And second of all, am I insane? Is $7,100. What can you get for $7,100? Well, you can get a Hulk 181. Now, obviously, you can't get a 9.8, but you can get a Hulk 181. You get a giant size X-Men 1. You could get a Spider-Man 1. There's a ton. You can get an X-Men 1. Obviously, these are low grades, but it can't be any lower grade than this dot here, this little tiny little thing, a flake. I mean, yeah. The other one that was insane was, they sold flakes from an Action #1 that flaked off of their Action #1. No panels or pages or anything on it, just little tiny dust specks. And it sold for, I think, hundreds of dollars. Who saved this flake? That's what I want to know. Who saved this tiny little piece all these years? And I'm going to send it to CGC and tell them. And they're like, yeah, sure, we'll build this special little case for it. Am I insane? Does this person who bought these 27 bids, let's say it's a handful of people, like 4 or 5 bidding against each other, do they have nothing better to spend their $7,100 on than a flake? They have to be rich. You can't just be like, this is all the money I have. I just can't imagine oh, this is my grail. I mean, yeah, you get the cover so you can, this CGC case, so you can say Action #1 and everyone goes, oh, you got an Action #1. It is comical, but you have to have a lot of money to be spending $7,100 on kind of like a joke, so to speak. Because I would imagine if you're trying to complete a run or you're trying to get something, you'd have to have a lot of money to throw around. Like, oh, that'd be fun to get. Because if not, like I said, you can get a Spider-Man #1. A Spider-Man #1. You can get just an insane amount of books with this. Even high-grade ones. You can get a high-grade, Spider-Man 194 if you want the first Black Cat. I don't know. I'm just I'm still baffled. I'm speechless, shocked. I don't know. You tell me out there. You tell me, is this insane? Is this person or people that bid it all the way up to 7,100? Is this insane to you? Like, you have to have a lot of money where you can throw it around on something like this. It has to be. It has to be. I don't know. I would see that and I would laugh. And I'm like, yeah, I'll throw a couple $100 at it. At 7,100, that means they have a lot of money. I don't know. You tell me.